I'm ready for another stream. Yesterday's was so exciting. This does more for me. It's its own currency than anyone could or would or should even be able to express. To be a little emphatic. I don't mind doing so. I also feel so good after taking my morning walks. Folks, guys and gals, you don't already do it. Like it's like the best part of the day. You have clearer thinking. It's something to do with like the positioning of the sun. If you can beat the sun out for a nice, walk out in the, the morning twilight. So I'm doing that every day too. Do everything that helps you, okay? Because if you learn the good sources, you'll go further because you're that much more enhanced. So anyways, we're back. I hope you guys somewhat enjoyed. Sorry for the spaciness of last night's. I was a little bit left field. I was energized, let's say, to say the least, because I was using the energy enhancer patches, but I was also, drinking coffee again, which used to be a staple of mine, but I stopped doing it for years. Okay, so you can understand where that affects, how that affected me by understanding that. And so it was actually Friday, the first day, last Friday, because today's Sunday, the 22nd of September. Yeah, last Friday was the first day, basically years, that I had consumed caffeinated beverage and even coffee at that extent. So I hope this is much more enjoyable. Hopefully it's a little bit more coherent and not so, I'm speaking right to the receiver. I know I have a little bit of boom in my voice. I'll try to keep it as even-keeled as possible, okay? And while still being happy, of course. We have to express joy in God's kingdom. So yeah, I do have a campaign to do, which I'm appreciative of Rumble for giving me that. I couldn't find it yesterday. Rumble, if you're checking this video early on here, please know that I looked and I wanted to, but I didn't see them in there. So I just copied and pasted it, emphasis on the edited, on my sticky note here to be able to do that. So we'll go ahead and pay the light bills for Rumble, keep you on, because without you, we would be nowhere. Thank you, Rumble. Let's go. We've got it right here. I'm ready to get into it. Different sticky notes. I have two different kinds of sticky notes. Bear with me. So, you know how everyone talks about you got to do this, you got to do that. You have to be following these footsteps. You have to do what your father or mother did, or grandfather, or so on, so forth. You can actually learn a lot from sources that don't indoctrinate you. Let me say that plainly for the record. You can actually learn a lot, and actually learn a lot more, in my opinion, than the sources that want to indoctrinate you. My box just fell down. Let me know in the description if you like how I'm changing the setup a little bit. I've got the camera angle a little bit different. I don't want things to be unpleasant or unkempt or just there's a word for it. I don't want things to be to seem out of sorts for anyone viewing, because I want this to be our channel and I want people to enjoy what we're creating together. So back to that message at hand. People that have gone through school, I guess there's some utility, some usefulness for the lessons that they learn, right? Right. Somewhat, yeah. I mean, there's some good in everything. Let's put it that way. So I want to go ahead and do this for Rumble. It's I think it's a really good learning source, and even for making money online. This is going to be the wave of the new generation here now. So just to get started, the real world is a great way for fresh graduates to make money online. When is a better time to start a business than if you've graduated recently or are in a job you hate for $49.99? Thousands of people are making money online. And for graduates who don't feel like colleges taught them how to build a business, the real world is the answer. That's capital T, the capital R, real, capital W, world is the answer. Check it out online. I know you're going to like what you find. And without further ado, folks, yeah, I have been having an exceptional weekend. After I set my video a flight last night, I went for a late night dinner hunt, and I go to my favorite restaurant, Yabi Sushi, nice Japanese restaurant that stays open until 9. So of course I got there. I think it was a little after 8:30 after I ordered by phone, and I had the chicken hibachi and some dumplings. I asked the nice gentleman on the phone, because it was very exceptionally nice and very professional at Yabi Sushi, what he preferred, fried or baked dumplings, as well as the chicken hibachis. And he said fried, so I said, let's go with that. And I can't complain. And he was right, and it was delicious. And so now we are to pay it forward. We're always supposed to do things for the others. So, conquering throughout this world, his gift to us is this world. We ought to try putting his name back into the hearts. Don't try, do. So let's put his name back into the hearts and minds of his children. That's you and I. That's you and us. That's you and me. That's me and us. So much has happened to his progeny, right? That we will only succeed by influencing in one direction. Learn to accept all that is occurring to us as individuals, seeming bad or good, to remain transformed as we share the light that we allow to beam to others throughout the right heart language. So once we get, in that nice mode of being, right? It's not all comfort and flowers and daisies. And sure, there's good points and stuff like that. That's part of the challenge of being part of God's kingdom. That's part of the challenge of being his progeny. That's part of the challenge of being his light bearers for the royal family that we are. I'm just kind of correcting here. Don't mind me. I tried to use ellipses, and it looks like it's commas for some reason. I think I did it right and put it in the description. And so go ahead and put your comments in for me too, please, and go ahead and hit the thumbs up, because we believe in upward, up and away here. We believe in upward and onwards. Let's get the show on down the effing road. Right, let's get the show on down the fucking road, man. Guys, gals, you've got, as I was saying last night, you got to put the onus on yourself. The onus is on us. You are the impetus. You are the initiator. You are the one that starts this whole human mechanism machine to turn in a different direction. So we are all causing each other to do that as one happy conglomerate, one happy God's family. Right. So also, I put it in the description, last show, but I just like making an emphasis here. I'm just going to spell it out for you. Okay, this was the next part. After my Lifewave link, when the mind and heart have united, the divine leads the way to personal everyday interactions where you find the individual to serve for God's purposes that he had for them. What an amazing week in life. Having been transformed into his image, this is no religious banter. And if you've been paying attention, you know what that's speaking to. That was regarding last week's, events I told you about, like Tuesday particularly, and the after effect it had for me. Because we are out of peak season, so we're not getting a whole lot of appointments, so we don't have to, we don't have to cry inside so bad that we don't get them like Friday. I got a big fat goose egg. It's okay, because I got 10 for the week. I got double digits, and there was only 2 or 3 of us that did that. Because it's quality appointments. It's not all in the numbers. And they kind of make that personal for us too. Whether that's because they love us as their employees as much, his employees as much, or just I don't think it's more so the other end. I don't think it's the other side of the spectrum where they just want to be a hard ass on us. And it could be a difference of communication too. Remember, it's not just, I wonder if there's some, there's our call center guy, it's his call center. So it's, we got to run it the best that we can for them. The onus is on us. Hope everybody has a great week. What was I going to say as well? Something I forgot to say yesterday. Yeah, when it comes to the divine leading the way to personal everyday interactions where you find the individual to serve for God's purpose that he had for them, I think I started to talk about the guy I met at Walmart yesterday, and I was able to share my Lifewave link as well as my Rumble handle so that he can check me out as well. Hopefully he's not too scared away with that long one last night, but it was good energy. And I knew I was drawn to him because the last 2 times, as well as that time, I had seen him face to face, and exchange, short pleasantries. He always calls me young man. I have yet to tell him I'm a 47-year-old man. And there's a reason I'll live a lot longer than whatever. There's a reason I'll have good longevity, just to correct myself, because we're allowed to do that in this human kingdom. I started to misspeak there, right? You're living proof. We're all living witnesses. So, like the sheriff says, take care of yourself first, and then put others first. Kingdom within to kingdom without, to form his kingdom. It's already formed. It's just we got to grow into it. It's like a dimensional shift thing. Anyway, oh yeah, we're gonna drop that again. That's a lot of money that just dropped right there. But I believe in what I do, so that's what I did, and still at zero. You can claim that credit cards aren't useful. You can claim that they don't have buying power, but the evidence remains to the contrary. And so I was talking to, what was his name? I wanted to say Yao-King, but I think it was actually Waucine. Yeah, Waucino maybe. That's because it wasn't Wancino, maybe Wacino. So I was able to share those details with him, and we spoke a little bit about the corporate machine and how he has to do the corporate walk because he's at Walmart, which I told him I fully understand. I've been in many of those shoes before, and that now I basically do what I want to do and still do a 9 to 5, but it's more like a vacation than anything else. So see, God's really looked out for me and has provided the path, has provided everything to my means, to my ends, for the need for his kingdom, because he's got me on the right path. And I'm starting to act like Kabbalah guru. That's whose name I was under before I became a brand ambassador. Yeah, you thought it was Michael Jaco, didn't you? I even tried to change it just to help him out one time, but I remember once upon a time in a Lifewave video, one of the officials, I think it was David Schmidt, said, if you try, it wasn't David, it was one of the other, I think it was one of the directors, that you get further up in the chain, the more you're able to bring this wonderful technology product into God's kingdom. Because that's what it is, light bearers. It is a tool of light. These are light tools you're using for yourself because you are the light. It's magnifying and refracting the light back to your skin cells, into your inner domain, your stem cells, so that the modalities carry off the optimization and always positive. And always be thinking positive. That way you remain of the light. That way you are the light. Okay, things don't work in your manifestations because it's the kingdom of light. And you have to go but in one direction, just like your heart beats but in one direction, right? My heart beats but in one direction. I don't know about yours. So make sure you get the light path, get on the light train. Hey, check out Lifewave. If you don't believe me, you can sure find out for yourself. Look at the testimonials, check the videos. Get in touch with me. I'll send you some really interesting instructional videos, no charge. You know what I mean? I do it for my back office. I do one-on-one. This isn't like a corporate affair. We help people here. We're meant to help each other. So as long as we have that heart for others, we can go forward and conquer. It goes again, doesn't it? I'm sorry. Conquering throughout this world, his gift to us. Let's put his name back into the hearts and minds of his progeny. that we will own into his children's. So much has happened to his progeny. We will only succeed by influencing one direction. So again, once again, learn to. I'm putting emphasis on this for a reason. Learn to accept. I did a lot of shadow work on myself because I came from very meager beginnings. I came from no family at all. I came from looking at others like they're looking down on me because they had it all and they didn't treat me like an equal. Okay, that's where I'm coming from. I think that's where Jesus came from. Yeah, the Prince of Peace. That's right. We're in league with the Prince of Peace here, the children of light. The children of light. He came for us for a reason, y'all. So learn to accept all that is occurring to us as individuals, seeming bad or good, to remain transformed as we share the light that we allow to learn to beam to others through the right heart language. Right? You got to speak people's language. You got to be there for them. So therefore, guess what? You got to be on that same language curve. That's why I'm an introvert. That's why I do planning. That's why I do the missions the way that I do. Everything in life has a purpose, a meaning behind it. Okay? So we are going to conquer this the right way. Whether that's crooked, that doesn't look right. I'm sorry. One day I'll have a professional office and we'll look back at this and laugh, but at least I got the plants helping me out. Right? Mr. Broadleaf here, Bromeliad. I love you, Mr. Bromeliad. X39, our flagship product there for the Lifewave patches. The technology of light, biophotomodulation, also known as phototherapy. Get on that train, please. I'm begging you. This has been the grandest year and 3/4 of my life. I signed up in the spring of 22? Yeah, 2022. So we're right at about a year and a half, maybe a year and 2/3. Oh man! So I can't wait till I've been doing this for a year long now. Now that it's been about 6 weeks, streaming, you've seen the differences. That's what I wanted to mention as well. Like, I'm more coherent and understandable and relatable. I see it. Thanks for letting me go through that experiment with the coffee. I will only do that at work, and I will do these videos every day now, every day. And if I have coffee, I'll do it. I'll drink the coffee after I do the videos. So I think that'll work out better going forward. So that's what the good book talks about, separating the chaff from the wheat. It didn't say the Lord's coming, with fluffy pillows and, harps and cherub baby angels floating in the sky playing those harps. No, the Lord is coming with a sword. He's coming in fire. Okay, it's vengeance for his name's sake. Yeah, his name's in us, but guess what? You got to scourge out the bad, just like with anything physical in this world. You got to scourge it out. It's a scourge of iron. It's why there was a Roman kingdom, but they thought they were the top dogs. Guess what? God is the top dog. So that's where that lies. Yeah, leave that where you may. I also wanted to emphasize the CMSX because that's one of my core beliefs right now. That investment, it's not for myself. This is something that's interacting with the world. I want things to be on track because I'm a member of the professional business world. I see a lot of value, of intrinsic value in these things being brought to light, right? Like I already knew of the good cryptocurrencies, the good blockchains that are going forward. Many of them aren't. Bitcoin, I'm sorry, it's not going forward. It's a deep state coin. It's not going forward. You can see how it's been suffering, and you can see how others are performing against it, namely XRP and XLM. Okay. Whenever you read the white paper, when you see a new coin out there, a new coin meaning new digital currency, okay, that's decentralized, please, by all means. You don't want any government control. Get the government's hands out of everything. You want to, what was I reading? Precipitates. You want to make sure the business world is going to stay secure. It's not going to be alterable as far as any transaction amounts. Once implemented, they can't be changed, right? That's part of it as well. And these are faster. These are going to be faster than any of the other transaction speeds. Bitcoin, Ethereum, which was thought to be the fastest of all, no, it still has lag time. It still takes 10 minutes plus sometimes. Guess what? We lead busy lives, especially if you're anything like you or I. So this is going to be like, oh my God, like fractions of a second. It's going to be doing thousands, tens of hundreds of thousands of calculations per second. And that's the way real computers work. The quantum computers, especially, are going to be like that, which they're all going to be on. So this is going to be one step to that. I think they had a little bit of intel, and they haven't let the goose out of the bag or cat out of the bag about that. In fact, that this is going to be part and parcel with that. Okay, the people don't have time to fool around with bullshit. And I'll help me, Phil. I think you know better than I, as well as I do. When you go to do something online, when you make a purchase that's important to you, that has real value, to your core beliefs, to your principles, you don't want to be sitting there wondering and start to worry. That's what they actually start causing to happen, because we're human, after all. You can tell yourself you're not, but your natural inclination is to think, well, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and that starts the whole negative routine off. No, you don't want your thoughts on that. You stay in the light. Don't go in that direction. What was her name from Poltergeist? Oh my God, what was it? Don't go into the light. Well, I think you should go into the light. Go with the light. Even better, right? So, anyway, so we know what's real. We know what we are here to do, and we know how we help people. This is the way you can be the best yourself for others. This is the way you can know thyself to be true. And once you have that galvanized, okay, galvanized is a nice expression, old term expression I like. Doesn't have to mean metals attached. Okay, we're speaking figuratively here. I think we are all on the same page. Then, we can move in lockstep forward amicably as one cohesive family, as one people. Yeah, we got people groups now. I catch myself using that all the time, and it seems out of turn. It seems out of a slight or something. But guess what? I'm a people group too, so I'm not saying anything bad. Of all people, I love all people. It's just, I think that there were 5 major groups of people that were initiated on this planet long ago. Read the description, you'll see what I mean. Yahweh is not the real God. The real God, had his plans all along. He wanted to see his will done in his name. I believe with full heart that he wanted us to have that power within ourselves, but to work ourselves progressively to that stage. And it's amazing, like none other, when you get there. It really, really is. You can do everything you believe in, and what you believe in will lend itself to everything that you do. Why is this? Oh, because it's on the other side of this. Okay. And therefore you're going to be able to conquer. Therefore you're going to be able to maintain that mission. I'm not saying conquer and you get to the goal line of the mission right away. It's not always about that. Of course, that's always in sight, right? You want to always be planning. Like I said, I'm an introvert. We are planners to the hilt, to a fault, especially me as an Aries. I know Virgos are probably more so that way, but they have their own credences and personality credences to contend with, as all of us signs do. We spoke briefly in previous podcast about the different signs and it's just a personality thing. It's what motif you were created that time of year because of the planetary alignments. Yeah, there is gravitational pull. There is some kind of subtle energy in tow with that. Look at the tides, for instance, with the moon. Okay, we are elemental with this world. It's earth. It's water. Sorry, earth and water go together. So earth and water, and then it's fire and air. Right. I am of the fire. Okay. I get along, well with people that happen to be of the fire too. I think the Lord is keeping us into our own for the time being for this season because we have our missions to do and He doesn't want distractions. So I was also going to say that the fires get along really, really well with the heirs. That happens to be my boss. So I'm glad we got past that kerfluffle this past week, Tuesday, and are able to see eye to eye. He's a little bit more old school now. I'm not dissing the guy. I love him, to the heart. He's because he was my brother from the beginning, and he, like everyone else, has good family and is in a good position. So that there should be nothing wrong with that, and that should be the way forward evermore. I truly believe that. You've got to have your train of consequences. You got to have your forward fluid motion, okay, momentum. That's what's going to help you get there. I'm doing this on my own because God has His mission for me. We're born into this world for reasons, sometimes, all times at the beginning, beyond our control. I could speak to that immensely. Having to figure out this and wondering why, they're doing it a certain way, and it could be this way, and it's better for certain people groups, and it's better for that time, and it's just a lot of moving parts and factors to everyday life. So don't get discouraged, y'all. Ride that train. Keep going. Take the hit, and they'll see you more for who you are, a strong human being, a better person, because that's what you become, and that's what you are. True? True. All right, y'all. So get on that CMSX train. Read below in the description. Leave me a comment. I want to know what you think. This versus the last video, Radiant Souls. We're going to fly together, so we won't be dying together. That's just the way that. That's just the way that mission goes every time. I've learned from experience with missions in the Navy. I had my teams I worked with, and a lot of them, at the early onset were like delinquents. So I was doing a lot of sitting there in the dark, looking at radars, or doing some triangulation on the quartermaster's table, or standing watch in the pilot house, and standing watch on the side port and starboard side, decks, and then on the aft rear deck. And there were different spots there. One was by the gun turret on the poop deck, and you could walk around a little bit at least there. But then they had us I guess because of the weather outside or the rockiness of the sea, they had us on the what was it, the hangar bay. There's a little shelf up in there you can go stay to be safe. So that was my story there. And once again, I wish I'd gone to them with the Mediterranean, but I had gotten out honorably discharged. It was my time. Got out a month early, and they even paid me more. So it's not all bad. It seems like you're going in one. That's for the longest. So that's why I'm used to years and years of this. And you just go with it. Yeah. And then God's got His timing. He's got His timing for me now. He had His timing for me. What was it? A year ago when I started this this job that I'm in, this 9 to 5. And here I am, today, the best for it. Although I wish they paid a little bit more, better lip service when it comes to criticizing me, because we do go through seasons, and he is an owner that owns the whole business. He's about my age, he's not a little younger, but I love Courtney too, and I think beyond his scope of dealing with his, what he has to deal with, prima donnas out in the field while we're in the call center. A lot of that honest comes back onto us in the call center, and it sucks, man. You know what I mean? That's just part of being a humble human being, and again, going back to the Creator, being a better person. So you do what you can while you can. You stay on the lifeboat while the ocean's rocking, and then you survive to live to tell the tale and to shine that light to others and succeed on your own path. This is what we're about. This is what we're doing here. Look into it. Get the Lifewave started. It's in the description. Okay, even as a preferred customer, you can just go retail. If you want to pay full price, then pay full price. I don't care. It's just a membership that you can cancel. Preferred customer and preferred customer plus is just paying for the product each month. you can cancel before that month ends, and they make it easy to do so. I'm pretty sure you know how to use websites and toggle and go in and out of them. So I'm not putting anyone onto that. And, I could see that there's a lot of smart people here reading the comments. People have love in their hearts. That tells me a whole lot about your character. So we're going to carry that forward. And get the free sleeve, like I mentioned. You get that free sleeve of X39. Why not get the most expensive one? I think that's God talking to me. God has his own language. No one can touch that. I love my Lord. And no, not just because it's Sunday. Every day. His day is the Holy Sabbath. Look into it. I'm not pushing any principles on anyone because everyone wants to think that's religious, and it's not. It goes back historically. It's archived. There's all different sacred texts that lean to that same thing, and they're not trying to lie to the same lie because they were different people groups and civilizations. Make sense? The way I put that? Okay. The Holy Sabbath. Friday evening, Saturday evening. I try not to do a lot. Guess what happened? Coffee happened. Now I'm paying the consequences, but at least I'm coherent now, and at least you're able to take this in, and hopefully this is a lot more fruitful for us, and hope you've enjoyed. Check out, read through the description. Everyone's got, come on, 5-6 minutes, less than that. Come on. Look into what I'm about, and you'll see what my beliefs are. You'll see what I am offering. You'll see what I use, because I use everything that is on here. I try to talk about, I'll tell you right now, I just put on, before I started this podcast, my 4 patches. I got my X39, I got my X49. I told you what those were about. I've got my 2 of the YH line series, which is the carnosine, which actually your body can continue to create all day. It's different than carnitine, the supplement that you take. It only stays in your system like 30 minutes. It's been proven scientifically. Don't take my word for it again. The carnosine that helps with certain brain functions, pioneering willpower. Okay, it also helps with your physical attributes. So if you needed strength, you need some core strength, use carnosine patches. That's what it's going to help you with. And then of course they enhance each other synergistically. So the X39 is good for that effect too. Remember, like I said, it's going to help you with your stamina. And if you want to help with that energy and stamina further, as well as get your bone density on the uptick, like if you're anything like me, we've spoken about this, get on the X49 too. Those go together. That's the most synergistic duo right there. The X39 and the X49. They play off each other's attributes, and they sure will add a whole heck of a lot to your own attributes. And then you've got the glutathione. Glutathione helps with the pancreas and as well your inner organ functions. And also it's going to help with speech. So these different things help with different avenues to the mind, okay? You want to use what you can, find out what you can use. Like I said, ask them for a free one. Order what you know works, okay? Because that's the way this works. You don't have to go retail. Don't pay $100 for something that should be $70 right there. If you go preferred customer plus, and then with preferred customer plus, you share this with some friends of yours. Guess what? You got your own little back office. It's kind of like a back office where you can get free product from them signing up. And that's like the stage below becoming a brand ambassador, which I am, which I'm more than proud to be. Like I said, this is life-changing. Look what this is doing for me. 47 years old, 47 years young. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. See? I'm not going to do the eyebrow thing because I can't, like David Wilcock. I'm not talented like he is. Anyway, yeah, we'll get those blue blockers back on too. Remember to get those. I want you to get good sleep at night. Protect that blue light from entering into your eyeballs and causing all kinds of haywire in your mind, because that's what it does. Cause dialectic chaos is what it's known as. Okay. Protect every time you're looking at a screen, my phone, anything, TV screen, computer screen. I use these right here. Oh, I'm not using them. Put them back on. I took them off my head just to show you. And that's probably one of the best investments you can make on the cheap, other than Lifewave, because Lifewave is for far something greater. That's for you, 1,000 times you within, you times a million. You know, it's all about doing the right things, and that's what we try to do. That's what we aim to do. So that's what we do. There's your X39. There's your Lifewave back there. Again, the big box. I don't like little boxes. Take it for what you will. This is the diamond pack. Look at them bitties. And I've already put some in my, because I put them in a Ziploc bag, the ones I'm using, right? And I actually had a patching party 2 weeks ago at my mechanic shop. If someone didn't check the previous video, I spoke about this in Words of the Wise. Check out some of my historical podcasts. There's some pretty good ones in there. There's a couple that are coherent like this. I think you'll like. Check it out and see. But so I had the patching party, right? So that took up a whole sleeve of my, you know, the main one, the X39 patches, which right here, I think, yeah. Okay. It's not really color coded like the other ones are because they're flagship ones. Neither is the X49. See on the end here. Let me see how many of these I got left. I've got 4. Yep, 4 X49s plus the ones I have, which is almost full in my Ziploc bag sleeve. The X39s, I should have a bunch more. No, I got 5 more X49s because I dropped one of them in my X39s. 4, 5. Yep, 5 of these plus the ones I have, which is most of the 30 still in the one in my Ziploc bag. And then I've got my glutathione, 3 of those, and one in there, and 4 of these because I'm about to run out of the one in there. And I'll just do the combination packs because I'm a brand ambassador. I'll save even more than the preferred customer plus with the maintenance packs. There's 3, I think, 3 for X39 and for the X39 X49 Duo, which I'm going to do and save even more money. Okay. Because I'm staying on these. This is a lifelong choice. I see what it's doing for me. Is why I continue to do this. I keep pressing on this point, but it's not for no reason. I feel like $1,000,000. I feel even better than that the next day. And it just keeps going on and on and on. So I can do the coffee train thing once in a while and I'll be okay. As long as it doesn't hurt no one's feelings. Because I was a little bit high-paced yesterday. And I was on the energy enhancer patch too. So I got a lot done in the morning, and then I did that in the evening because I got to rest a little bit. I didn't screw up your Holy Sabbath too much. Come on, Lord. Come on. Talk to him just like, you know, Kabbalah Guru does on the podcast. I love that guy. I got to watch him some more. I've been so damn busy. Oh, yeah. Okay. So there's Carn soon. And then we got 4 more of my Eon patches in here, plus the ones that are mostly full in my Ziploc bag in the bathroom there. And then I got my 4 Sabbath nights with the ones I've got mostly full in the bathroom. The way to do this too, also, the way to use them once you get started, because I know that's what we're all going to do here, right? Like mature adults. We're going to get started on this Lifewave path. And once you see, if you have any sensitivity to your body's goings-ons, you'll be like me. You'll know the truth, you'll know thyself, and you'll have that better flow within you, all the modalities, healing, and just practicality, right? Bodily functions included. And if you're going to see yourself doing different things, you're going to see yourself thinking, why don't I take this leap of faith more? Why don't I do this at work? Why don't I use this creative process more? And you won't stop to kick yourself because there'll be too much to do. It's mission-oriented time, right? It's all about let's take care of this right now. Take care has multiple meanings, as you can see my shirt says. Kingdom within, kingdom without. I love this, guys. I appreciate you so much for this opportunity to be able to be on here with you. And now it's going to fall off to the other side. So again, God has that great sense of humor. Diversity. It doesn't always have to be in the simplest terms, but he sure makes it that way when he speaks. You can guarantee that it is him behind it when that happens. He doesn't want anything complex. We do that to our own self in this world. Our world does it to itself. We are part of this world. We grow out of this world, and we enter the kingdom of light. Let's go together. Let's grow together. Let's get in on the action-reaction conversation together. I want to see some good comments. I want to see everybody doing well. I want to see, people being able to teach me. I'm teaching a little bit here just because I put myself here. Anyone can do this. Get on Rumble, become a brand ambassador. Check it out through me first, and then plug away. You're going to see it works for you, and then it's exponential, because the business that you build, it doesn't just do for you; it does for others. So it's more than sevenfold. It's like you're helping others to help yourself, but you have to start yourself naturally. So we're all in this together. I hope this is making sense and is coherent. I'm not being sporadic, like I realized yesterday happened to be, but I had a lot of shit on my mind, and I was glad to be able to just rip and tear, because others are envious of that. Others want to see what they want to see. You don't pay that no mind. If they want to see you a certain way, you don't pay no mind to that. You be yourself. You be true to your sovereign. Okay. You can tell yourself that no one had to tell me this, but I'm glad this fellow, enlightened me on it. I'll be the humble guy that gives you all the credit, because that's what, what I mean? We've got to start somewhere. The society is not, it's in prehistoric times. It seems like it's just been primitive for so freaking long. I have not been able to stand it. And there's no wonder why he put us here. It's no wonder, right? I think, I think we see eye to eye. We're of the same ilk. And you eat well, have a good balanced diet, get the natural light, get the sunshine, the vitamin D. You can get vitamin D3 from good sources. Yeah, sure, if you take a supplement from Life Extension, as I do, that way I have energy second to none at work, because I take in the sunlight as well, there. And I've got my Dollar Tree plant, which actually helps as well, believe it or not. The plant kingdom does a lot more for us than we're led to believe. I'm glad I came across that information with my sources and what I found out. It's more than just a direct this or that, black or white world. People have to see there's so many colors to the spectrum. That's a parallel in and of itself right there. A parallel to everything that exists in life or for life. Take it, man. Take it and run. This is your game. Be the player that you want to be, that God inside your chest knows that you can be, because that is love. God is love and love alone, and you will never conquer without love. You will never conquer, because this world is on a path. It's on a course. It's not on a collision course. It's on a collision course for the wrong ones, don't get me wrong, but that's where the wheat are separated from the chaff. That's where light separates from darkness, water, and oil. Okay? Yep. And yep, get into the light. Do it with your deeds. Like it says in the description, you will, I actually put it, because I tried to, and then because I was reconfiguring in my office and my computer and where I'm setting it, and because I got to have space underneath to release the heat, because I have a big 64-bit, computer, 18-inch, pretty powerful with all kinds of memory. It's a video game computer. Anyway, what was I was saying was, you see, it was fun. We just had fun. I was getting it too serious. That's why you see how God brought me down there, right at that juncture. You notice these things. I love it. I love living in the light. I love living in the kingdom. There he is. There he is again. Okay. I think that one fell down, so I think he's talking to us now. I think he's trying to tell me something. So I'll go and give you guys all the love, and you carry it forward and bring it back, and share it with me, so I can share it with others too. We're the same in this, like you and I. We have a common goal. We have this mission. Let's extend. Let's share. Let's get together. Let's build. Let's build a better world. Kingdom within first, individual, world afterwards. I'm Alan. I love y'all. Out. See you soon.